friends, today we're going to review Skill 6, Lesson 12. Let's look at our learning targets. I can use pronouns to replace nouns in oral sentences. I can use previously taught tricky words to create an oral story. I can read the story, The Storm, and answer questions about key details in the text. Let's review nouns and pronouns. He, she, and it are all pronouns that we've learned before. Let's look at these three pronouns. My word I have here is house. I'm going to use this word big. Which one of our pronouns can I use to replace the word house? It. That's right. Prince. Which word can I use to replace prince? He. Very good. Blouse. I went to get a new blouse. Which word can replace the word blouse in our next sentence? It. Very good. Marge is my mom. She. Very good. Dave is my dad. Which pronoun can replace Dave? He. Awesome sauce. Let's look at our learning targets. I can use pronouns to replace nouns in oral sentences. I can use previously taught tricky words to create an oral story. I can read the story, The Storm, and answer questions about key details in the story. What story comes after the yard sale? Let's look at our table of contents. The Storm. What page number does the storm start on? That's right, page 26. Let's describe a storm using our five senses. Tell someone next to you, what do you see during a storm? What do you hear during a storm? How might you feel during a storm? Can we taste anything during the storm? And do we smell anything during the storm? Awesome job. Let's look at a few spellings. You will see the N sound spelled K-N in the words knees, knock, and kneeling. You will see the S sound spelled with the letter C in winces and place. You will also see the S sound spelled C-E in the word voices. And lastly, you'll see the S sound spelled S-E in house. You will see the K sound spelled C-K in ducks, blocked, and knock. Other two-syllable words you might see are thunder, darkness, scamper, and shelter. Let's review some vocabulary. Winces makes a pained or scared face. Scamper means to run or move quickly. Shelter, a place that covers or protects people and animals. Blocked out, covers something so it cannot be seen. Let's read today's story to find out how Grace comforts her sister during a summer storm. The Storm. There's a big storm on the farm. Dark clouds have blocked the moon and stars. Thunder booms in the darkness. Gusts of wind sweep past the barn. Grace is in bed with the book she got at the yard sale. She is not scared of the thunder. In fact, she likes it. She sleeps better when there's a storm. But Jill is not as brave as Grace. Just as Grace is drifting off to sleep, her sister yells in a scared voice. Grace jumps out of her bed and runs into Jill's room. Jill is sitting up in bed. She is weeping and grabbing her legs. She winces when the thunder booms. Her knees knock when the wind gusts. What's the matter, Jill? Grace asks, kneeling next to the bed. I'm scared, says Jill. Grace hugs her sister and sits next to her on the bed. It's just a summer storm. We will be safe inside the house. Her big sister's words make Jill feel better. The hug helps too. But there is still one thing that has her scared. The ducks, she says. Will they be safe out in the storm? Yes, Grace says. Those ducks are smart. When the thunder booms, they scamper off and take shelter. They will be just fine. Jill smiles and says, I am glad the ducks have a safe place to run to in the storm. That makes me feel better. Take out your Skill 6 workbooks and turn to activity page 12.1 on page 55. Go ahead and write your name and today's date. The title of our story was The Storm. Describe the storm on the farm. Dark clouds block out the moon and stars. Thunder booms in the dark. Gusts of wind sweep past the barn. And we read that on page 26. Did Grace like the storm? Yes, Grace likes the storm. She is not scared of the thunder. She sleeps better when there is a storm. Did Jill like the storm? Jill did not like the storm. She is not as brave. She winces when the thunder booms. What did Grace tell Jill to make her feel better? Grace said, we will be safe inside the house. When the thunder booms, the ducks scamper off and take shelter. They will be fine. Let's review our learning targets. I can use pronouns to replace nouns in oral sentences. I can use previously taught tricky words to create an oral story. I can read the story The Storm and answer questions about key details in the story. Happy learning!